Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of Meme Analysis. I am your host, the basest and pillest meme analyst known to man. That's right, for new viewers to my channel, people who are cringe and unbased. As I am known to most people who are uncringe and, in fact, based, you may be gawking at my power, for I am a B-tard of the highest caliber. My knowledge of the based universe of the Chanosphere is largely unmatched, and it is extremely unlikely that any of you will be privy to any of the esoteric knowledge that I have come to accumulate due to my many hours browsing the boards. And so today, I will be analyzing the most interesting and amazing development in the lore of our world. We all know the Wojak, the physical embodiment of the based 4chan. Its many interpretations have allowed us to create interesting social and political commentary on what is known as the clown world. Well, there has been yet another development, another amazing Wojak, which is going to revolutionize the meme-based world. I present to you the Shroomjak. Alright, the bit is over. I feel like I carried that one on for way too long. I kind of regret it. Like, I think I spent a little too much time, like, thinking about it and how I was gonna do it, and I think maybe the accent was a little fucked up, here and there, but you know what? I formulated it in my mind and I followed through. I took some notes, and yeah, there it is, you know, there's your funny intro for the video. Okay, so today we're gonna be talking about the most cool and interesting development in the Wojak lore, okay? Something that I have to add to the conversation. The discourse around the Shroomjak. So basically this post started making its way around Twitter of this Wojak someone made where he's just a cute little mushroom guy, you know, he's like the guy from Mario, but he's pleasant, he's down to earth, he's not angry, he's not upset like the Goomba. He is, you know, pretty resolute, I would say, and in touch with nature probably, you know, he's a content guy. The only reply to it from the screenshot is someone saying KYS, and this was then posted on Twitter and whatever else, and for the last day it feels like it's been the only thing on the timeline. It's been clogging it the fuck up, okay? And you know, it's cool, it's neat, it's a funny little meme, I guess. I tweeted, you know, I was browsing R9K last night and I saw this picture of someone making a shrimp jack, and I tweeted that one out. You know, I must say the original post made me smirk a bit, but you know, I guess there's not anything else to it, right? I mean, at the end of the day, this is just a drawing of a mushroom. What does this mean? How is it significant in any way? Well, I guess I just wanted to sort of talk a bit about this kind of nature of memes in this format, and I started this video by mocking people who overanalyze memes, so I think it's only fair that my next move would be to walk that back completely and overanalyze a game meme that doesn't really have any greater meaning. Wojak itself is a super simple image. Know Your Meme also calls him the feels guy. I've never seen anyone call him that, and I don't know if that's something anyone has ever called him, really. I don't really go on 4chan a ton anymore, to be honest, so maybe that's why I'm not super up to date with the culture like I was from, like, I don't know, 2016 to 2020. I just kind of don't have time for it, to be honest, and this isn't meant to be like a flex or anything or some gay thing like, ha! I left the boards behind when I got awesome in a job and started making money, and now my life is awesome and you guys can fucking rot. It's not like that. I just kind of like, I don't know, I just stopped going because most of my time now is dedicated to, like, spending time with people I care about, you know, as few of them as there are, and making videos. And when I'm in college, right, like it's summer break right now, but when I'm at school, obviously I have classes and like homework and stuff like that. A few years ago, I would like go home from school, I would work on videos and fuck around on Discord for a little while, and then I'd like listen to music in my room and go on 4chan on my phone until I fell asleep. And that was pretty much just kind of the schedule. It was my lifestyle. And to this day, I kind of have like cozy associations with 4chan and the whole like image board format. You know, sometimes now I'll go on R9K or TV for a little while and just browse around, but it's mostly lurking. I think there's only like 2 or 3 times I've ever even commented or posted something in the past like 4 or 5 years. I just don't really like to interact with people. I guess I just like to watch them talk to each other. But really now it's only like 2 or 3 times a week, which is like a huge cut down, because it used to be like, you know, every day I'd probably go on for like half an hour to an hour, which is a lot less than some people, but I think it's more than most, especially for someone who's just lurking. Sometimes when I'm falling asleep, I'll read X, and for that reason, now I have some like weird associations in my head where if I go on 4chan, I actually usually feel a little sleepy because I did it so many times in a row that now my brain was just conditioned to associate like the like 4chan with going to bed, I guess. Pavlov's, you know, whatever. But Wojak, I remember always being there, and around the time I started using 4chan is when Wojak, I think really began making its way outside of 4chan or on the internet. And the thing about Wojak that makes him so simple and like appealing is the simplicity, right? It's literally just a super simple drawing of a guy. He's on a white background and he's drawn in a super, like, you know, kind of nondescript way. And the good thing about him is he does have actual facial features, like he appears human to you, but he's not super specific. He doesn't really look handsome, but he also doesn't really look ugly. He's just kind of like an average guy. And beyond that, his face in the original drawing, or what I assume is the original drawing, is a little forlorn. He doesn't look sad, but he does look like he's kind of like he's got this acceptance in his eyes where he's just taken in a bunch of shit and come to terms with the fact that the world around him is sort of a place that he doesn't entirely fit into, but he's not really upset, and he's just kind of like come to terms with the fact that that's how it is. Or maybe that's a gaze into my psyche, and that's just why I'm imagining him as feeling that, because I want to, you know, project my own feelings onto Wojak. Oh well, moving on. The fact that he's basically a template makes it so that anyone can put their own little interpretation onto him, but in a simple way. This gave way to versions that later became popular, like the E-Girl Wojak, and the Doomer Wojak, and the Oomer Wojaks, and then you've got like this guy that people say I kind of look like. I think the idea that anyone can basically imagine themselves as a simple little drawing and just like create their own kind of interpretation makes it really cool. And that's also the appeal of it. Like, it's just like a blank template. And later on, people made comics with him and just sort of put him in these relatable scenarios where they would, like, you know, convey like a little story. But I think there has been sort of a ruining of Wojak in a way, and I want to talk about that now. I'm gonna try my best here to not come across like some like meme gatekeeper, because I don't care that much. But I do feel like the appeal for me to Wojak in the first place was like the simplicity and the sort of low effort MS Paint art style, right? It's so simple because you can say so much with a few little images and dumb drawings. But now they're turning into like what is this? This is just a picture of a person. It has a fleshy tone, it has like a gradient, it has like real ears and hair. Like you overdid it, you ruined it. Furthermore, the meme has gotten to the point where it's just so drawn out and spelled out. Like I think the one appeal to, you know, a really good meme is like the super simple format. If you're gonna have words, have one or two. You should be able to convey your ideas mostly through like images and sort of the like, you know, contrast of what's going on in the image. And after seeing so many of these giant paragraph ones, like, you know, on my timeline, I feel like it's just missing the point. I could live with it being simple, but now these memes need to have this like 8-paragraph explanation. I especially hate these ones I see on Twitter where it's like an ongoing debate with literally a short essay's worth of content, and people like expect me to read it. And some people do actually read it, and it's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? The point of it isn't to type out your like middle school essay with stick figures. It's to be so simple that your entire essay's worth of content could be portrayed by a few images. Something that has a social commentary or is pointing something out is most effective, in my opinion, when its message is conveyed in the shortest amount of characters and pixels possible. Sometimes some nuance is lost, but as long as like the core message is there, usually you know, like that's a pretty interesting and appealing thing to people. And there's like an art to it too, to making something so simple and effective. Now it's just like this is just books that I'm seeing now. Like I don't want to read a book. Miss me with that shit. Maybe the reason why people like the Shroomjak is because it's like a funny juxtaposition of someone making the little drawing and the only reply being, you know, telling him to off himself. But also I think the appeal to it is it's so simple and it doesn't really mean anything. Like it's just a mushroom Wojak. Like there's no greater like meaning or message. It's just a little like retarded drawing, and that's kind of what I like about it. To end this video, I'm gonna go over a little post that's been floating around a little bit on Twitter and on the boards. I think that it would be an interesting take to hear from someone from the other side of the political aisle, someone who's you know, very anti-Shroomjak and has a lot of issues with it. So yeah, I mean, definitely prepare to be thoroughly pilled. How do people not understand that this is a literal fucking demon? It's clearly made by someone who either knows what they are doing or someone high on psychedelics who saw a literal demon and was too dumb to realize. It's a demon, and it's obvious to anyone who's had any experience with the supernatural, or possessed by someone for that matter. The original post was funny due to the childish innocence in it. Hee my own Wojak, and it worked perfectly to mask its sinister nature. The KYS guy was right all along, and acting on natural instinct. He's a Chad. It's a depiction of a demon that appeared to someone that is also spreading like a fungus through spores by infecting unsuspecting people. It's like a sigil engraved into the minds of people that spreads through the memetic noosphere. Take a look at any person who likes this meme on any social network, and it's so obvious their mind is already taken over. Mushroom emojis are everywhere. Cult-like behavior, mental deterioration. The memes involving it are getting more and more demonic. It's literal e-worship. And if you don't see this while being around those people, you are blind. Wake up! If one look at this image doesn't invoke a weird feeling, you are blind. It's a literal demon. Today, while astral projecting, I invoked it by using its face as a sigil, and it attacked me. It was incredibly powerful, and I barely fucking escaped it, but I will have to face it again soon. Can't imagine what it does to an unsuspecting mind. Delete every trace of it you have in your file, and don't fucking share it. It's a literal memetic demon. Thanks for watching. I've been TomDark. Subscribe. Bye.